One thing I wanted to get or to try to start doing is to better myself in PHP. Now, I know some people are like, wait, PHP? You know how to do C# programming. Why would you do PHP? And that's a great question. But here's what I've learned with that. So a lot of these enterprise organizations, larger scale, large to enterprise level organizations, are using bigger tools like Jira and ServiceNow and so forth. They're also using Java. They're also using C# for their internal applications, and in some cases, external applications, because of the fact they have the infrastructure that can support that. Your local mom and pop and the small to medium-sized businesses, they're probably not doing, they don't have the resources to be able to accommodate that large type scale of application. So they don't have the infrastructure to run a full-blown C# application. They don't have the infrastructure to run a Next.js application. Yes, they can pay for it, but if you're a small to medium business, having those specific technical needs or technical wants is usually not as big as you think it is. So one thing that I've realized in this grand scheme of things is my C# skills can be used for the larger enterprise and bigger customers that have the infrastructure to support it. My PHP skills can be used for those who don't have the money to pay for the larger infrastructure or who don't have a need for larger infrastructure, which would be your small to medium businesses. So by being able to, I guess, have two distinct skill sets, even though I say you should narrow your skill sets down, two distinct skill sets to target two different markets. Now, the PHP framework that I decided to learn and master is Cake PHP. It has been around for some time. It is structured in a MVC format, and it follows what is known as convention over configuration. Now, if you're not familiar with that terminology, convention over configuration means basically you phrase things or you write things in a certain manner, and based upon the convention for that thing, the system automatically knows how to wire it up to other things that need to be wired up to. For example, in Cake PHP, you normally name the controller the same thing as the name of the table. And then likewise in C# MVC applications or even API based applications, you would do the same thing. You would say, for example, if you had products controller, you would have a table ideally corresponding to products. Likewise in Cake PHP, it is set up in the same manner. Now, why Cake PHP? Why not Laravel? Well, one of the things I learned is, and this is just a personal preference, I have nothing against Laravel. To be honest, I've never used it. I've watched videos on it and its design patterns and its techniques. For me though, Cake PHP seemed to be a faster way to get the development done than Laravel. Some of the things that are just, it's automatic. You code it, it knows the convention, and as long as you follow the convention, it just works. Laravel, it seemed to me there was a lot more configuration versus convention, and thus if you have to do more configuration, you have more of or it takes longer to develop and complete tasks, features, bugs, etc. That being said, you'll probably start seeing more PHP content going forward. I know you've seen some already, but what I really want to do is to really start building more PHP applications and even refactoring some of the existing websites to, even if it's a static website, possibly even refactoring it, at least some aspects of it, if not the entire thing, over to PHP. Because the web hosting providers that the small businesses and so forth that I'm aware of use support PHP. They don't necessarily support Node.js or any of these other frameworks that are JavaScript heavy that require a separate server. Like, they don't support it. And because it's a small or medium-sized business, a lot of times those customers, they're not willing to pay extra just for you to be able to build technology on what you're familiar with. Now, I know some people will disagree, and if you do disagree, leave your comments down below. I'll be glad to discuss and even make a future video discussing that. That said, you'll see more PHP videos in the future. I'm not throwing C# out the window. You will see some of those as well in the future as well. But for context, again, it's trying to more so make myself marketable, because as we know, tech is forever evolving. And if you shoehorn yourself into this narrow space, you won't be able to branch out or stay relevant in the tech space. My name is Kenny, and I thank you for watching this video. Hope to see you next time.